Hello, hello! What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and, well, I reviewed The Hills Have Eyes remake after reviewing the original a while back, so I figured I might as well also review The Hills Have Eyes 2, once again the unrated cut. This is the sequel to the remake. That came out in 2006. This comes out just 1 year later, 2007. And ironically enough, this was the very first Hills Have Eyes movie that I had ever seen. I remember my friends and I going to see it in theaters. Good times. It's directed by Martin Weiss. It is written by Wes Craven and Jonathan Craven once again. So Wes Craven is still very much involved in this series. The plot is we meet this group of military soldiers who they're going on like a training exercise, I guess, until they get caught up in almost a rescue mission. They're trying to find one of their own who is stuck out in the hills until they find themselves stranded, no way to communicate, lost, and eventually, one by one, savagely attacked by, yes, those mutated fox from the first movie. Now, what I think of this movie is interesting because I think I have a little more attachment to it than most people would because it was my first Hills Have Eyes movie, because I did see it in theaters, and because out of all of them, it's the one that I've seen the most. Although I can admit that it's not better than the remake. It's okay. It's just okay. Let's talk about like these characters. First, we have Jessica Stroup, who she's pretty, so I think that's why I like her. Daniela Alonso also is pretty, but fuck, what happens to her in this movie is fucked up on a lot of levels. Michael McMillian, who plays Napoleon, I recognize him from True Blood as Steve Newland, so it's very interesting to see him in this film. I will say, though, that a lot of these characters, I might like some of these actors because I recognize them from other things or this and that, but the writing for them isn't all that great. Like, you don't really get to know any of the characters themselves. So if I'm telling myself to like any of them, it's just because maybe I know them from something else. Their captain is played by Flex Alexander, who I'm sure some people might recognize from black comedy movies and stuff. Little unbelievable to buy him as a sergeant, but what can you do? Jacob Vargas is a guy who I see a lot. He's always like an angry Spanish dude, and that's also the case here. He has his moments of freaking out and being kind of the asshole. But at least in this situation, you understand his freakouts. It makes sense. I don't know how seriously I'm supposed to take these characters as well when Flex is constantly calling them crackhead or Mickey Mouse, or he has these weird names for them. I will say that probably my favorite character in the film is played by Lee Thompson-Young, who I'm sure some people would recognize from the famous Jet Jackson TV show on the Disney Channel. He's been in a few other things as well. Again, I liked him because I know the actor, and I know a couple years ago he committed suicide, which sucks. But even in this movie, I feel like he was the most capable out of all of them. He was stepping up when they needed it, when they lost their leader. He was the guy who took charge, and he was capable, and you saw what he was able to do, climbing up the side of the rocks, and he wasn't quick to leave anybody behind. Just a stand-up type of guy. So you can't help but like him. Now, these mutated fox, sure, the makeup effects are great. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last review, but they look great. They look creepy as hell. They are creepy as hell, the way how they act. They eat people. They just take them. They take the women. And there's a lot of raping and impregnating going on in this film as well. I mean, there was raping in the other movies. and I guess you could kind of allude to how they kept breeding, but this movie just flat out, it's almost like that's what it's all about. It's weird, it's gross, it's like I hate rape in movies, I do, and I guess that's something that I just don't like really about this film. One of the mutated fox is played by Derek Mears, who is a guy who I always know to pop into one of these movies and play a creature. Hell, he played Jason Voorhees in the remake, so he has a presence to being like a monster type character, disfigured. Some interesting disfiguration of these guys as well. Like the one that Derek Mears plays has like almost like rock skin. He perfectly camouflages outside to grab somebody. The gore is also there as well. I'd say it's just as much prevalent as it was in the remake. A lot of blood, a lot of violence. I will say that I don't know if it's as disturbing as the remake. The remake, the premise is a little bit more viable. You relate a little bit more to those characters. It's a family. It's different circumstances. I appreciate that Wes Craven, since he did write the story, that he was going for something a little different, having soldiers be the main characters and trying to change it up. And there were some interesting moments, I guess, in the story, but not one of his greatest writing scripts, I guess. I can admit that. All in all, it's one of those movies where if you tell me that you don't like this, I won't argue. I won't blame you. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I just remember seeing this in the theater with my friends, and I was like a teenager then, so I thought it was scary then. Now it's more disturbing to watch, and I don't get as scared. I just get more grossed out. Not a bad movie. In my opinion, it's okay. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this movie? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya!